All right, so we're diving into the world of iOS 18 today. We're not just scratching the surface either. We're using this CNET article, iOS 18 is here, and it brings these new features to your iPhone to guide us to all the cool hidden features, those little gems that might actually change how you use your phone every day.
Sounds good to me. Let's uncover some of those gems.
First up, customizable home and lock screens. Finally, right!
Yeah, Android users have been enjoying this for a while now.
I know. But for Apple, this is a pretty big deal. What's exciting is how much you can personalize. We're talking dark mode filters for your icons to perfectly match your wallpaper.
It really is more than just a visual refresh, though. Think about it. Phones are moving away from being these standardized devices and becoming truly personal. Early phones had zero customization. You were stuck with whatever the manufacturer decided.
It's true. I remember those days, stuck with that same boring default wallpaper.
Exactly. And this level of personalization just shows how far we've come in terms of shaping our tech to fit our lives, not the other way around.
Totally. Speaking of personalization, let's move on to the Messages app. iOS 18 brought some really significant upgrades here.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
We're talking scheduled messages, so you can wish someone a happy birthday at midnight without having to actually stay up till midnight. And, get this, expressive text is finally a thing.
I can see it being useful.
Yeah.
Sometimes emojis just don't cut it.
Exactly. But the real game changer here, messages via satellite, you can basically text from anywhere, even if you're in the middle of nowhere, miles from a cell tower.
Wow. And that's impressive and super useful for emergencies or if you're someone who spends a lot of time in remote areas.
Right.
It's interesting, though, if you think about it, this seems like a natural next step after Apple launched Emergency SOS via satellite last year, right? It shows they're really focusing on user safety, which I think is great.
For sure.
Oh, and this one's interesting. This CNET article mentioned that RCS, rich communication support, is finally coming to messages. So iPhones are going to play much nicer with Androids when it comes to texting.
Wait, really? No more green bubbles?
Well, maybe, maybe not. But it's still a big move that'll affect a ton of people.
Absolutely. Big changes indeed. But let's shift gears a little now and talk about some smaller updates, but still really impactful ones that focus on privacy, photos, and passwords. These are things that are super important in our digital lives, wouldn't you agree?
Totally. Can't live with them. Can't live without them these days.
Exactly. So, first up, app locking and hiding.
About time, right?
Seriously. I mean, we've all been there. You hand your phone to someone to show them a photo, and next thing you know, they're scrolling through your entire camera roll.
Yeah. Nosy friends.
Right, but iOS 18 lets you lock or even completely hide specific apps.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no more accidental oversharing. And hey, speaking of camera rolls, can we talk about the Photos app for a sec?
Sure. What about it?
It can get a little out of hand, right?
Definitely. I have way too many photos.
Me too. But luckily, iOS 18 gets that and brings a redesigned Photos app to the table.
Okay, that's good to hear.
It's all about making it easier to find those great memories, without all the clutter.
Decluttering is good.
Yes, decluttering is good. And then there's the new Passwords app.
Yeah.
If you're anything like me, you juggle a ton of different logins.
Oh, tell me about it. It's a nightmare sometimes.
Well, imagine this. Your passwords, all stored securely and synced across all your Apple devices. No more frantic password reset emails.
Now that would be life-changing.
Right. It's the convenience and security we've all been waiting for.
I agree. These might seem like small updates on the surface, app locking, a redesigned Photos app, a new Passwords app. But they tackle some pretty big needs in our digital lives these days, wouldn't you say?
100%.
Privacy concerns are higher than ever. We're drowning in information, and managing all those online accounts can feel like a full-time job.
Preach. It's overwhelming.
It really is.
Yeah.
And I think these changes show how Apple is trying to, simplify our digital lives and give us back that feeling of control, which we desperately need.
We do. Sometimes it's the little things that make the biggest difference, right?
Absolutely. You got that right.
But okay, hold on tight because next we're diving into some really cool features. And these are specifically designed for specific types of users. Like, for example, gamers. Gamers, get ready. Because iOS 18 is bringing game mode to iPhones.
Okay, so for serious mobile gamers, this is huge, right?
Huge.
What does it do? Better performance.
You got it. We're talking optimized performance, smoother gameplay, the works. And this isn't just some random add-on either. You know how big the mobile gaming industry is getting?
Yeah, huge.
Well, Apple's definitely paying attention to how we're using our devices.
They always seem to be one step ahead.
Right. All right, and for all you Mac users out there, prepare to be amazed. iPhone mirroring is here.
iPhone mirroring. So does that mean what I think it means?
You know those times when you need something from your iPhone while you're working on your Mac?
Yeah, all the time.
No more emailing files to yourself or dealing with AirDrop? iPhone mirroring lets you access your iPhone right from your Mac.
So handy.
Right. Talk about ultimate convenience. Okay, and lastly, for all you adventurers and outdoor enthusiasts, iOS 18 is adding topographic maps to the Maps app.
Really? No way.
Uh,
That's like my two favorite things combined, Apple Maps and topographic maps.
I know. It's amazing. This means you get detailed elevation information all there, right on your phone, and get this, it works offline.
Offline. Even better, no signal, no problem.
Exactly. So you're covered, even if you're way off the grid.
Apple really has thought of everything. They've covered so much with this update. It's honestly impressive. It's like they're trying to cater to every type of user they have. First the gamers, now the Mac users, the outdoor enthusiasts, and everyone in between. I mean, it's smart though, right?
Totally.
By anticipating our needs this way and offering features targeted to specific groups, they're staying one step ahead of their competition. And that's how you maintain that competitive edge, you know?
For sure. Okay, so they've covered a lot, but there's one more thing we need to talk about. Apple Intelligence.
The big one.
The big one.
Yeah.
This is Apple's big push into AI, right? With Siri upgrades, revamped Genmojis, and so much more. But here's the thing about Apple Intelligence, and it's a big one. It's only available on the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max. For now, at least.
It's a bold move. Makes you wonder why they're limiting it, right?
Right.
Maybe it's a hardware limitation. Like maybe the older iPhones can't handle all those fancy AI features.
Could be.
Or it could be a beta test. You know, roll it out to a smaller group first, work out the kinks before releasing it to everyone.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then there's the whole marketing angle. Apple loves a bit of exclusivity. Could be their way of pushing people to upgrade to the latest and greatest.
True, true. But whatever the reason, it seems like generative AI is a big deal and Apple's all in.
Oh, absolutely. This is just the beginning. And by the way, remember those revamped Genmojis you mentioned earlier?
Yeah.
Powered by this new AI engine? Imagine Genmojis that can actually react to your conversations in real time. Like more nuanced expressions, you know, maybe even personalized quirks that match your communication style.
Whoa. So instead of just picking from a list of like static Genmojis, they'll be able to actually respond to what you're saying.
Exactly. It's about making our interactions with technology feel less robotic and more, you know, human. Speaking of which, we have to talk about hands-free Siri on AirPods Pro.
Oh, yeah. This is one of those why didn't they think of this sooner kind of features.
Right. Okay, so picture this. It's 3 in the morning, you're up with a crying baby, and you need to turn down the volume on your white noise playlist.
Been there.
With iOS 18, you can do that with like a nod of your head or a shake of your head. No more fumbling for your phone in the dark.
Genius.
It's about making technology seamlessly integrate with our lives, even at, 3 a.m.
I love it. Well, there you have it. Customizable lock screens, AI-powered everything, hands-free Siri, the list goes on. iOS 18 is jam-packed with new features.
It really is. We've covered a lot today. But that's what I love about these deep dives. You really uncover those hidden features and get to the heart of what matters, how these updates might impact our daily lives. Not just what's new, but why it matters.
Couldn't have said it better myself. It's not about having the shiniest new gadget. It's about understanding how technology is evolving and what it means for us, the users. So as you explore iOS 18, and I know you will, we challenge you to think about those features that resonate with you the most. How can you integrate them into your life? How can you make technology work for you? That's something to think about.
Food for thought.
Until next time.